Not far from the banks of the River Charles here in Boston, Massachusetts. We're at Fenway Park for Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Mariners coming off a thrilling, stunning win last night to beat the Boston Red Sox. As we welcome you to Mariner Baseball today, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you. As we take a look at the starting lineups for the Mariners that will work against Brendan Workman.
This afternoon's starting lineups brought to you by Chevron, leading off one of the heroes in last night's ballgame, Austin Jackson, and then it's Ackley Cano hitting third. Morales at first base today, batting cleanup. Seager, Chris Denorfia, pinch hit single last night, started the 5-run rally in the 9th inning for the Mariners. In the starting lineup today, Andy Chavez will be the DH. Morrison a little bit under the weather, so Chavez the DH hitting 7th. Taylor and Sucre rounding out the 9 for the Mariners this afternoon. Take a look at the numbers for Workman this year. 1-7 record. Hasn't pitched badly, though. 4.26 ERA, 53 strikeouts, and 69 2/3. He has walked 27 batters, getting a little erratic at times. Opponent's only hitting 233. He's given up 9 home runs this year. In the defense for the Red Sox, in left field, it'll be Cespedes. Betts in center field. Nava played first base last night in right field this afternoon. Middlebrooks, the third baseman. Holton Pedroia playing up the middle. Mike Napoli off last night, back at first base tonight. And the veteran David Ross will do the catching.
Well, here we go. The afterglow of last night's win. It ends right now, but boy, that was magnificent last night. What a win. Mariners now 4-3 on a road trip. Here's the first pitch to Jackson. And that pitch, ball one. Umpires for today's game, Angel Hernandez has balls and strikes. Vic Carapazza at first, Pat Hoberg at second, and Larry Vanover, the crew chief, at third. Been lucky to be a part of a lot of games and many sports, and that is one of the most amazing games and endings I've ever seen. Mariners down to their last strike on 3 occasions. Andy Chavez with a spectacular at bat. I mean, it's just what a great win.
10-pitch walk for Andy, his third walk of the ball game. Now it was great. Aaron Goldsmith over on radio shared this with me today, because I was telling him that it was so special. You just don't see it. You just don't see it.
Oh, wait.
And I said, so you can't really expect it. He told me with 2 outs in the 9th inning, Elias Sports Bureau said that there was a 1.1% chance that the Mariners would come back and win that game, and they were able to pull it off.
Well, we live to see it. Inside to Jackson. 3 balls, 1 strike. Dustin Ackley, boy, did he come up big last night. RBI, a 2-run single to left, and then scored from first. Nava didn't charge aggressively. I was talking to some Red Sox people. I said, did you see what we saw? I said, absolutely.
Yeah, we did. And Donnelly took advantage of it.
It's all over. Three and 2 to Jackson.
You're talking about being down to 2 strikes. Austin Jackson was in that boat against Uhara. One of the better closers. Obviously a hero with the Red Sox last year. Is having a good year this year, but he had a split, an 0-2 split off the Green Monster to drive in a couple of runs.
Right before that, Denorfia had a 1-2 count. Austin had an 0-2 count. Surrounding the ball as Holt throws across 1 away. Yeah, I mean, you just don't see that kind of stuff, and that those percentages. Not a surprise, as we have the advantage of having the direct TV blimp here in Boston with the sun breaking through the clouds. Very comfortable. 70 degrees here in Boston.
You see Holt making that play. Xander Bogaerts out again today, just has to get more tests. Doesn't look like he's going to have to go on the 7-day concussion list. It looks like he's going to be okay, but he's still out of the lineup today, and he'll get more tests throughout the ball game.
And there for a strike to Ackley. 1 for 4, 2 runs batted in. Great speed. Ackley running on a 3-2 pitch, 2 outs, scored from first on a base hit to right field by Cano. 9th inning.
Great work by Rich Donnelly, the third base coach. Noticing that Nava was not charging hard, knowing the speed of Ackley, deciding to take a chance, and it worked out. There he is. I can get his name out there when things go well. Typically, you don't notice those guys until somebody gets thrown out.
And what
a great play.
Pitch down in dirt. And what did you see? You saw him turn towards the dugout, do a little fist pump?
They did a little fist pump after, yeah. He was pretty excited about it. Good work.
Right at Steubenville, Ohio.
I often say that you never know what one game means to a team. But at this point in the season, you have your best pitcher, the best pitcher in the American League on the mound for you.
Here's a drive, left field, headed for the Green Monster. And it's a little short and foul.
But with the Angels and the A's going at it in Oakland over the weekend, I felt like last night was a big game before it started. And then after the game last night, Jack Zarenzik out there to see Lloyd McClendon.
Coaching staff. Boys, job well done.
Job well done. That's right.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's great. I think that it meant a lot to the guys, especially coming back the way that they did.
Popped up just to our left. I hope it's a launching pad. Mariners over the last 18 games are 13-5, and with the win today would get to 12 games beyond 500.
Well, I don't know that if it will be that. You hope that it is, Dave, but I know this. I think it might have been a setback if they ended up losing that game. It was just a tremendous comeback win for them. And Felix really pitched extremely well. He made a mistake. He made a mistake to Cespedes when he hit the home run.
One pitch.
One pitch. Other than that, I thought he was really good again last night. And, of course, the bullpen holding the game right where it was at when they came in. Excellent job, Leon. Pitching in front of a lot of family and friends last night.
Good
Ended up getting the win. Yeah.
Maurer, Leon, and Rodney. 3 1/3. Hitless, scoreless ball.
That'll work.
Yes, it will.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat for Dustin Ackley.
Work the count full. Workman just turned 25 years old, 26 years old on the 13th of August. Cano awaits. Workman out of Arlington, Texas, lives in Bowie, Texas now. And hit hard and foul.
Keep an eye on anything hit hard down the right field line. The pesky pole out there, and it's short distance. It will jet out quickly after that, but some that you would assume will be foul sometimes will hit that pole. And this will be the 11th pitch of the at bat. Again, Andy Chavez in that 9th inning, a 10 pitch at bat to get a walk. This will be the 11th pitch to Ackley.
Three-two again to Ackley, and he drives this one foul. Hit one out of the yard, make it easy.
I like your thinking.
Generally, they're not doing pitch counts in the first inning. They're doing a good one to drive it up.
No, they are. 17 pitches, 11 strikes for Workman, and this will be the 12th pitch to Ackley.
Workman 6-3 in 20 games last year, 3 starts for the Red Sox. And he takes a check down to Larry Vanover. A great walk by Dustin Ackley.
And we'll take a look, see if he's able to check it. The umpires thought so, and I think that's fine. Good at bat. 12 pitch at bat, get a walk. Lost in all of that last night with Ackley scoring from first and Donnelly sending him. What a great play. It was Robinson Cano that hit the line drive into right field, if you want to know. He was 2 for 5 last night. Picked up an RBI on that play. Also had a double off of the monster.
Second in batting average of Jose Altuve. Third in hits to Altuve and McGee Cabrera. Second on base percentage to Bautista. Just some of the highlights of his all-star year.
Joe Kelly, the starter for the Red Sox in the first inning, threw a lot of fastballs, and Workman doing the same thing. Workman does not have the fastball. Kelly was throwing 95, 96. Workman's been around 90 here in the first inning.
0-2. Been a tough go for John Farrell, defending world champions. Boy, things have flipped around. 2 years ago, they finished last. Last year, they won it all, and now 56-72, last place, 18 games out. Meanwhile, the Mariners with that win and a Detroit loss last night. Mariners hold the second wild card position by a half game over the Tigers. And McClendon's club, he said, I want this club to take on my personality. I think that's been achieved.
Well, we saw a lot of that last night, didn't we? Mariners now 11 games over 500. There's an off-speed pitch.
A good one.
Yeah.
Strikes out Cano, 2 down.
Let's take a look at it. I think it was the curveball. And it is 12-6 curveball. Straight down, 77 miles an hour.
How about that score last night? Minnesota 20-6 over Detroit. That's not the Vikings against the Lions.
And the last time I checked it, it was later in the game, and it was 6-5. And to see, so to
when
see
we
20.
were leaving here, yeah. Exactly.
Kendrys Morales, he is 3 for 4 off of Workman.
Oof. Twins have already put a run on Verlander in the early going in game 2 of that set. As you look at Kendrys Morales. For 5, struck out his last 3 times last evening.
Still trying to get it going. And he was robbed of a hit by Betts out in center field. Made one of the better catches that we're going. What a jump. No chance. Boy. He took 2, maybe 3 steps towards second base before Workman even tried to go home. So an easy steal.
His 8th. That's the best jump we've seen this year.
Yeah, try to get himself into scoring position with a couple of outs, but he had a running start on Workman. Watch him take off. And Workman still 1, 2, 3. 3 steps.
Make a correction. Verlander starts the second game of a doubleheader. Slow roller here. Pedroia throws out Morales, and that'll do it. Mariners get Ackley to second. Strand them there. Glad you've joined us. We're underway here in Boston. The Red Sox coming to bat. Mariners looking to get game 2 of this series on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Boston. Fenway Park with Chris Young on the mound. Let's take a look at the Red Sox batting order he'll face here this afternoon.
Brock Holt is going to lead things off, hitting .290 on the year. Then it is going to be Pedroia. David Ortiz, 30 home runs on the year. He's the DH. Cespedes with his 21st home run in last night's ball game, hitting cleanup. Napoli back in the lineup, hitting 5th. Then it's Nava, Middlebrooks, Betts, and David Ross rounding out the 9 for the Red Sox. For Chris Young on the year, looking for his 13th win. ERA just over 3. 92 strikeouts to 47 walks. Opponents hitting just .216 against Chris Young. I think Chris Young, this is an important ballpark for Chris. 10 years ago, September of 2004. He had his first major league win as a member of the Texas Rangers here in Boston.
First career road start that date. This is just his second start here at Fenway Park.
Well, he pitched well that day, so hopefully he can get the same. He went 5 2/3, 1 earned run.
Chris going for his 4th consecutive win.
And yes, David Ortiz was in that lineup in
Yeah,
2004. He went 0 for 2 off of Chris, ended up with a base hit later in the game.
Brock Holt, line drive, base hit to Northfield. Get it back in.
Take a look at the defense for the Mariners this afternoon. Ackley out in left field, Jackson the center fielder, DeNorfia getting the start in right. And on the infield, Kyle Seager at third. Chris Taylor had last night off. Miller was playing short, but Taylor at shortstop today. Cano and Morales at first base. Morrison again under the weather. Is a late scratch from the lineup, and then Jesus Sucre will do the catching.
Here's Dustin Pedroia. Red Sox, a team that don't rely a lot on in the running game, but 39 out of 60, 14th in the league.
And the overall offensive numbers for the Red Sox, down as far as I can remember.
Well, the last 10 years, no question about it. Fair ball. And Fan grabs it, so automatic double.
And a rough start for Chris Young here at the start of the ball game. The Red Sox overall this year, 14th in average, last in runs, 13th in home runs, last in slugging. That's all right, buddy. Nothing would have changed for you. It was going to be a double either way.
Exactly. Early trouble here for Chris. Brings up Big Papi David Ortiz.
They're all right.
Hang with him.
Yeah.
Figures he's only going to get but so many opportunities to have a good seat like that and have a ball room service to him like that.
Young Red Sox fan. His grandfather's probably been a Red Sox fan.
You bet. Ortiz 1 for 5. It was a homer against Chris Young. Ortiz 2 for 2 last night with a run scored. Potentially walked in the 6th and walked again in the 8th. Chris ahead 0-2. Chris, a fly ball pitcher. And you see him attacking these guys, particularly Ortiz and Cespedes and Napoli in the middle of this order. Popped it up. Cano in good shape. It's a big out.
A little more thump in the lineup this afternoon than there was last night. Napoli back in the lineup hitting behind Cespedes. You have Cespedes now with 21 home runs. Napoli with 15 home runs on the year.
Felix got Cespedes to hit into a inning-ending double play in the first, struck him out in the 4th, and then the gargantuan home run in the 6th. Counted for all of the Boston runs last night. Red Sox have now lost 6 consecutive ball games. Felix Hernandez had no decision last night, and now Sucre and Young have to have a quick conversation. How about this home run last night? Talk about a ball getting out of here and traveling a long distance.
Well, Felix made a number of good pitches in this at bat, but this one he leaves up, and in the middle of the plate, Cespedes makes him pay for it. Almost hits the light standard.
We've just been talking about Manny hitting that light standard years ago when he was here with the Red Sox. Strike one to Cespedes.
Saw that pop up from Ortiz. When Chris is on his game, you'll see a lot of fly ball outs.
Up and in, 1-1. But a guy like Cespedes, a guy like Napoli, what do you think he's going to do against them here today?
I think he has to pitch them away. He'll pitch him inside off the plate to move him off, but you cannot let them get anywhere near that short porch in left field. There you can see a good breaking ball off the outside corner.
1-2. 1 out, 2 on, second and third here in the first inning. Chris Young with a career mark of 2-1 against the Red Sox, an ERA of 4.20 in 3 previous starts. Chris, a quick worker, 1-2. To Northview. Will have a play. One's going to score here. And Northview hits the cutoff man to third. Sox take the lead as Brock Holt scores on the sac fly by Cespedes for Uenis' 84th RBI. And there's 2 outs. Cespedes with his 6th sac fly of this season.
That's an example of what we were talking about. You have to pitch to the bigger part of the field, and it's a pretty good poke out to right center field, dead center field. A lot of outfield grass out there, and with Chris being a fly ball pitcher, he has to keep these big guys in the middle of the lineup in that part of the ballpark, especially since he's a fly ball pitcher. And you can see after the one pitch that was inside, straightened him up, the other 2 pitches away. See, Napoli's done well against the Mariners this year. 4 for 7 with a home run.
Suffering from back spasms last couple of nights. No advancement by Pedroia. Pitch.
Mariners do not have a shift on, but they are playing Napoli to pull on the infield. See Chris Taylor way over in that hole on the left side of the infield. Cano playing up the middle.
Two-0 pitch. Runs a 3-0.
Daniel Nava waiting on deck. Nava hitting .260, only 2 home runs on the year. First base is open. Looks like Chris wants to be careful with Napoli. There's Nava.
No question about it. First and second now, 2 outs. Napoli with 15 homers, 45 runs batted in. Nava with 2 homers and 19 runs batted in. Rick Waits, pitching coach, got to be thrilled with what that bullpen continued to do. And that performance last night. Felix, except for that one pitch to Cespedes, pitching well in the ball game as well. Sucre going out for a quick chat, another one. Let McClendon use the line that you've used, and I guess it's been used in baseball for many, many years. Figure this game out. Let me know.
It's the truth. Things can happen, and that's why you just keep fighting and hanging in there. You never know. This will be the 20th pitch of the inning. Chris Young having to throw a lot of pitches here in the first.
there for a strike.
Take a look at Chris Young in his last 5 starts. 4-0 record. Really pitched well. 2.45 ERA over that time. Opponents hitting just 2.08. Team record's 5-0. On a good run.
2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Take their lead. Pitch right outside. Full count.
Will Middlebrooks on deck now. He has really struggled this year, hitting just 187. Third baseman for the Red Sox. And the runners will take off with the pitch.
Well, here we go. 3-2. Runners move. Pitch. Hit hard and foul. Oh, it could have been. Hopefully he gets another chance to get a foul ball. Ball not in play. The young man.
He feels a little bit better about it.
Yeah.
A run scored. So he's all right.
Young could use the K right here. A ground ball right at somebody. 2 outs. And now time called by Nama. There's a 3-2 pitch. Runners go. Game bases loaded.
Back-to-back walks. Again, I think he pitched around Napoli. Rick Waits, it looks like he's going to make a trip out to the mound. Have a tendency at times, because of the short porch and left and that wall, to be a little too careful. Chris so far 24 pitches, 12 strikes here in the first. And the other thing we know, I know the Red Sox have struggled this year, but what they will do is they'll wait you out as a club. It's a patient club, for the most part a veteran club. They are third in the American League in walks.
The trademark for this team last 10 years. Right out at bats. Bases loaded here. Middlebrooks. Boy, burst on the scene in 2012, hit 288. 15 homers, hit 17 last year. A lot of injuries. Some foul back. First inning jam here. Upstairs, 1-1. Playable. Chris Young. He's going to take it himself. Inning over. Sacrifice fly by Cespedes. 3 runners stranded. 1-0 Red Sox. provided by DirecTV. You call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Beautiful day here in Boston. Glad you're with us here for Mariner baseball. Mariners holding the second wild card position right now by a half game over the Tigers. The Mariners trying to get 12 games beyond the 500 mark. First time since 07 is Chris Young. Recorded that last at a pop-up. He threw 27 pitches in the first inning.
Well, had to throw a lot of pitches, but he did control the damage. Leadoff single and then the double by Pedroia. He had second and third, nobody out, and just giving up the one run. Having to pitch through the toughest part of the lineup. Did cost him on his pitch count, though.
Kyle Seager to lead it off against Workman. 0-1. Kyle, Chris Denorfia, and Andy Chavez. 5, 6, and 7 for the Mariners here in the second inning. One to Kyle. Three night for Kyle last night, hit by a pitch as well. 2-1. Workman, one win on the season, won at Baltimore June 10th. Hit the other way for a base hit. Kyle Seager starts the Mariners off in good shape in the second inning. We're wrapping up this summer with a bang. Final fireworks show of the season. It's coming up next Friday. Mariners and the Nationals get together at 7:10. This post-game show is set to a fun soundtrack made up of your favorite Seattle music artists, including Nirvana, Macklemore, and more. Stop by Mariners.com right now. Get your tickets to fireworks night. I-90 on your right. Take that bad boy all the way out to Safeco Field. Cross-country drive. And the Red Sox announcing they've signed outfielder Rusney Castillo to a 7-year contract. Cuba, 27 years old, a .319 hitter in Cuba's major league.
I saw some highlights of the young man. Extremely fast, but they had to pay a pretty good price too. I think it was over $70 million that they signed him to. Yes. But I would say this too: the Cuban players that have come over here have done well.
Yes, they have. Going back as Holt, a broken bat looper off the bat of Denorfia one away. Yeah, Abreu has more than proven himself. The first baseman with Chicago, Cespedes. To name
Puig.
2, Puig 3.
Morales.
Those are 4 big guys right there. Morales, the oldest of that bunch. Dynamic players too. Andy Chavez. Maybe the best at bat, one of the best at bats of the season last night. Just phenomenal.
He had a great game. Had a base hit his first time up. Ended up walking 3 other times in the ball game, including that last at bat. Fouled off some tough pitches. The one almost bounced off the plate. The one split. He was able to hang in there, and then shortly after that, he walked to keep things going in the 9th inning.
But he volleyed that thing.
He really did. Probably a pretty good cricket player.
Yeah. That's a strike one. Andy, a .278 hitter.
Middlebrook's the third baseman in on the grass, playing him straight up in the outfield. Almost got him on the breaking ball.
1-1. Since that win, a no decision and 6 losses for young Brandon Workman. Ball and 2 strikes. safely. Workman facing the Mariners for the second time in his career. He starts right here at Fenway. This old ballpark seats right on top of the field. You have got to pay attention here. Foul balls are on you in a blink. Andy spoiling a bunch of pitches again.
Back at it.
Workman beat the Mariners last July 30th here at Fenway. Struck out 9 in the 6 innings of work. Up the middle, Andy Chavez with a base hit. Well, he just keeps contributing. Good stuff.
Lloyd McClendon was talking about him, well, probably a couple of months ago, and saying that he wasn't going to try to play him a lot. Indy, 37 years old. But Morrison today not feeling well, so he put him in as the DH. Take a little bit of the strain off of his legs. Already contributing with that base hit. Chris Taylor getting his first start here at Fenway Park.
2 outs, 1 on for the Mariners. Cespedes with a sacrifice fly, scoring the only run. That young man, his day is made. Hope the other kid gets an opportunity. Maybe gets lucky and gets another ball. Workman here at home this season, 0-4. ERA at 4.05. Dad imparting some wisdom. Chris in an 0-2 hole.
Mariners 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. Last night they were 0 for 6, and then they put together 3 hits in a row in that 9th inning.
To the Taylor. It's outside for ball 1. Fouled it into the glove of the catcher, David Ross. Strikeout for Workman, his second. It's 2 down, 2 on here in the 2nd inning. Take a look at our CenturyLink link to what's next. Hisashi Iwakuma, coming off a fabulous performance in Philly, takes on Alan Webster. Kuma with a 12-6 record of 2.57 ERA.
12 wins and missed the first month of the season as you look at the defense for the Red Sox. Jesus Sucre, number 9 hitter for the Mariners this afternoon.
Well, he looked good on Wednesday. A couple of hits. Strike 1. Jesus with a base hit to right in the 4th inning in Philly on Tuesday, and a double to left center. Through the hole, base hit. Seager coming around 3rd. Here's Cespedes. He has 13 assists on the season, make it 14. That's a league-leading 14th assist by Yoenis Cespedes. And the Mariners are denied here in the 2nd. And we've seen a lot of this on the season. What a laser shot that was. 1-0 Sox. All right, Jen, thank you very much.
That was Verlander, right, in the first game?
Second game. He's got second game.
Second game, okay.
Farmer. Buck Farmer's got the first game.
Okay.
Mookie Betts leads off here for Boston in the home second. So Cespedes is impacted on this game with a sacrifice fly in the first inning and then gunning down Seager at the plate. 14th assist. What a throw, huh?
It was a great throw. And again, Chris Young, 27 pitches in the first inning. Comes out 4 straight balls to Betts, the number 8 hitter. First time we've seen him struggle with his command like this.
Well, 3 of the last 4 men.
With 2 outs, Rich Donnelly at third base, coach trying to pick up a run for the Mariners. But this is a tough place to try to score on a base hit to left field. They're so shallow to begin with because of that wall, and then Cespedes has one of the great throwing arms. You're just hoping that it's offline or he bounces it. But it was a strike that he threw to home and was able to get Kyle by a decent margin.
Here's catcher David Ross. Strike 1 to Ross. He's 1 for 3 with a homer against Chris Young. Got a nice little run of 5 games here. So great, keeping him honest. Betts just his 19th game, 1 out of 2 in base stealing. Good break. There's a throw from the knees. Sucre. Cano kept that tag on for a long time. See if he could come off the bag. Didn't happen. So stolen base. Pat Hoberg, second base umpire. Stolen base for Mookie Betts is second.
This is still a strong throw. Sucre throwing the ball from his knees because of the jump. He knew he had to get rid of it quickly. Still able to put something on it. Good job by Cano to stay with the play. If his hand comes off the bag, maybe get him out, but he was able to hang on.
1-2 count here to David Ross. Dribbled foul. Chris, a veteran pitcher, struggling here with 3 walks in early going. Anticipate he'll make the adjustment. There's a ball down the line. Ackley's got to chase it into the corner, scoring easily as Betts 2-0 for the Red Sox, and an RBI by David Ross. Be his 7th double and 14th run batted in. Right down the line.
It looks like a fastball on the inner half of the plate. It's elevated. That's normal for Chris. Typically, he will throw towards the top of the strike zone. Ross is able to stay on top of it and hits it right down the line. So Chris really having his struggles here in the early going. 36 pitches with nobody out here in the second inning.
He's walked 3 in this most recent one the run scores, and that young man not even concerned about the baseball down the line and play this time. Get the eats.
Everything's good.
Top of the order, and Brock Holt single to right. Versatile young man has done everything but pitch and catch.
And he's hit this year. .290 batting average coming into the game already with a base hit line drive in the right field his first time up.
Inside.
There you go. 40th pitch. Chris coming up.
Cano. And it's a double play.
That helps.
Sure does. 2 quick outs. Make sure you wrap up your family's summer with a great afternoon at Safeco Field. Sunday, August 31st for Boeing Salute the Kids Day. Mariners will be hosting the Nationals. All youngsters will score a cool Robinson Cano lunch cooler bag, the perfect back-to-school accessory. Then after the game, you're going to be invited to circle the diamond just like the Mariners slugger. Get ready for family fun when you pick up tickets at mariners.com. Strike 1 to Pedroia. Ground rule double down the left field line. And there's strike 2. All 2 strikes. One-time Rookie of the Year and MVP. Headed for the monster. Kaboom. Digging for 2. Now slams on the brakes. Resets. And the ball gets through. Missed the cutoff man. A double. He was thinking double all the way. Got more than halfway. Stopped. And then when the ball didn't hit the cutoff man.
Well, in this play, going off the wall like this, Dustin knows there's a chance that he might be going for 2. Everything plays it right. But Pedroia, the veteran, seeing that the throw is offline, after stopping, continues on to second base. It's difficult as you see Pedroia again. He reached the throw. You can see him read the throw. And when he saw it was going to be wide of second, he decided to continue.
2 for 2. 2 doubles here is Big Papi David Ortiz. Pop up 2. Cano his last time. Ortiz 35th all-time in home runs with 461. And he popped him up again. That's a big out. Fighting the son of Seager. Foul territory. And that will do it. Sox do pick up a run on 2 hits. No errors and leave a man and have a 2-0 lead. Brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, welcoming the smooth, soulful sounds of Anthony Hamilton September 13th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. And by Ford, we are local. Well, being here at Fenway Park on a good weather day, 2-0 Red Sox early on here. As the Mariners bat in the top of the third, Austin Jackson leads off, takes strike one from Brandon Workman. First time through, what do you think?
Well, again, he used his fastball quite a bit. Started to mix in his breaking ball in the second inning. Threw a few changeups. Ball hit hard. Nice play.
Edelbrooks, well done. One out.
But that being said, the Mariners in the first 2 innings did have runners in scoring position. They just, like last night, just weren't able to come up with a big base hit. Well, in fact, in the second inning, they did have the big base hit. Unfortunately, it was to Cespedes in left field, and he threw a laser to home to cut down Kyle, but a good play by Middlebrooks at third. Ball was hit sharply. Good hands. Hot corner. Good play.
They're well familiar with it. You can appreciate that play.
Good play.
Exactly. The scoring on that Pedroia at bat was changed from a double to a single E7 to get Pedroia to second base. Left field coming on, and Cespedes. Nice play.
Wow. I know there's a couple of outs, but the ball has been hit sharply by both batters, Jackson and then Ackley.
Next homestand, the Mariners will be home on Monday. We look forward to seeing you at Safeco Field. Come on out. Texas Rangers in town, 2 night games and a day game, and then the first place National League East leading Washington Nationals will be in town. It's a quick homestand, and the Mariners are back out on the road again. And that next road trip, I think the Mariners 3 in Oakland, 4 in Texas. There's Cano. Struck out his first time. Looks like strike one. Chopper. Pedroia throws out the Mariners second baseman, and a quick inning for Brandon Workman. 1-2-3 go the Mariners in the third. They trail 2-0 as you look at famed Boston Harbor. Ironside's the oldest commissioned naval ship here in the USA. Bring you back to Boston. Just a glorious weather day. Seems to be getting better by the minute, too. 2-0 in favor of the Red Sox. A first inning Cespedes sac fly and a second inning RBI double by David Ross. Here's Yoenis to lead it off here in the third. Cespedes, Napoli, and Nava. 4, 5, and 6.
Workman's pitch count was getting away from him. He just had a 7-pitch inning. Chris Young could use the same.
This one hit well, going back, watching it, bang off the wall, played nicely on the angle. Is Jackson going for 3, and he's in there with a triple. Yoenis Cespedes, his 5th triple of the season, leads off the Boston third. He is some kind of exciting player.
This is a rocket, hanging breaking ball up out over the plate, puts a dent in the wall, and there's going to be a bobble by Jackson in center right there, and that's when Cespedes decided to go for third. I have to tell you, I have a lot of respect for John Lester and the career that he's put together, and I can understand the A's wanting him, but why you would give up a skill set like this young man, I don't know.
Speed, power, arm.
And I think it's hurt him. I think it's hurt the A's.
Yeah.
Well, so far in these first 2 games, we've seen all of that, haven't we? The home run last night, him running on that play, and then the arm throwing out Seager in the first inning.
I'll try to keep this short. Dynamic.
Excuse me, the second inning. Yes.
Right? That's crazy.
He's dangerous.
Napoli puts it in play. He'll pick up an RBI. That was a veteran AB, wasn't it? 3-0 shots. A pitch away from him that he could do something with it. Knapp picks up his 46th RBI. 3-0 Red Sox lead. We want to welcome the folks at Sumas Cable TV subscribers from Sumas, Washington. Thank you for rooting on the Seattle Mariners. All of us here at Root Sports and the Mariners appreciate your support. Major border crossing area near inland from Bellingham.
Right now, the Red Sox building a fence on Chris Young. A run in the first, a run in the second, now a run in the third. And he's at 51 pitches.
Now they're calling it a double and E8.
There you can see it.
Cespedes, lead off.
A couple of unusual errors for the Mariners. One in left field, now in center field. In the Mariners' best fielding club in the American League.
Daniel Nava walked his first time, and he's ahead here 3-0. Back with a strike, 3-1. Two. Angel Hernandez has balls and strikes today. Chris has battled back to 3-2. Payoff to Nava up the middle. And Taylor waiting for it. 2 away. Bring up Will Middlebrooks. He popped up to Chris Young to end a bases loaded first inning. Not a big crowd, not selling out as much as they have been, but it's a good looking crowd here. Upwards of 35,000. They had 36,433 last night. Norfield towards the line. That is a foul ball. Boy, he could see he was in trouble.
Well, there isn't any room. You can see the angle of the wall, and you get down into the corner where the foul pole is. There's just no room for the outfielder to make a play, and we'll take a look at it. It hits right off the top of that wall, but you can see that there's just no room.
I mean, that warning track's helpful, but man, oh man, that rate of speed, you're in trouble in a hurry. There's a good look at.
Well, you can see the foul line coming all the way down to the pole, and when you get down there, I guess about 20 feet towards home plate, there's just not much room to make a play.
Yeah, it's shrinking on you in a hurry. A lot of responsibility out there in right field. The ball can roll along the base of that fence too. You don't cut it off. 2-2. Dwight Evans played that right field beautifully in the mid-70s. Solid base hit up the middle. Will Middlebrooks. Bring up Mookie Betts, center fielder. Walked, stole second, and scored on the RBI double by Ross in the second inning. Red Sox have lost 6 consecutive ball games. Meanwhile, the Mariners over their last 18 games are 13-5. Mookie Betts, youngster, called up not too long ago. Marcus Lynn Betts, 5'9", 155 out of Nashville. 5th round pick in 2011. The end of the bat. 2 strikes.
Chris now at 64 pitches, so the bullpen did an excellent job last night. It looks like they're going to get some work in this one this afternoon.
Taylor, short way to Cano, and that'll do it. Sox add another run on 2 hits, 1 error, and a man left. It's 3-0 Boston. Provided by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. And Dave is giving us some fabulous shots from the DirecTV blimp. Charles River. Oh, far side, Cambridge, Harvard, MIT, all over there. I'm sure Dave is waving at us. We're waving at him from down here. Press box, the media box, which when I first came here years ago was mid-level. Now it's not quite as high as Pittsburgh and Washington, but it's pretty high. It was Don Sutton took his skull 500 feet from home plate than in Washington.
In Washington, yeah.
Here's Morales, Seager, and Denorfia. 4, 5, and 6 here in the fourth inning.
It was a quick third inning for Workman. Only threw 7 pitches. But the Mariners hit the ball hard a couple of times, unfortunately, right at the fielders of the Red Sox. They have put some runners in scoring position. Again, just haven't been able to score. Saw a little bit of that last night.
It was a frustrating time. That's what makes last night's win so special, because at one point the Mariners, over a course of 4 innings, stranded 7 men, including loading the bases in the 5th inning. Hit hard. Pedroia can't get it. Base hit. So Morales starts off the Mariner 4th. Seager, he got a base hit to left his last time, his first time up.
Well, for Kendrick, he's been swinging the bat much better from the right side of the plate. They need him to swing the bat from the left side, and he hits this ball hard. It's a good sign for the Mariners to get him going. He's actually slowly but surely starting to pick things up. Kyle Seager with a base hit line drive into left field his first time. Ended up getting a fastball up and away. Hit it hard.
Going the other way, off the glove of Middlebrook. Can't find it. Everybody's safe. Bring the tying run to the plate.
Amazing this game in the last inning. Jackson and Ackley both hit the ball hard, and they were able to make great plays. Morales' base hit was hit hard, but just out of the reach of Pedroia, and this one actually off the backhand of Middlebrooks. It's a good try, but a one hopper right off the heel of his glove. That will bring up Denorfia. Denorfia popped out to the shortstop his first time up. A big pinch hit, base hit into right field last night.
Did he not, or what? Pinch hit on a 1-2 pitch, a single to right. It was in the 9th inning with 2 outs.
Mariners so far 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. And now 3 out of the 4 innings, Workman has been in some trouble.
Point you made last night about there's a reason why they got a 56 and 72 and the Mariners have a 69 and 58 record.
And you have to keep reminding yourself and believing that there's a reason for it, and typically it's mistakes or just poor pitching for the Red Sox. And just you never know what can happen in these games, and last night was a good example of it. And they continue to put pressure on them here this afternoon.
One, 2 to Chris. Other games of interest to the Mariners and their fans. Yankees 3-1 lead at home against the White Sox, bottom 4. Tampa Bay trails at Toronto 2-1, top 7. Minnesota is just killing Detroit in the 4th, 9-1. All 2 strikes. Breaking ball hit foul. So we're visiting in the Red Sox radio booth. Dave O'Brien, Joe Castiglione, Doug Lane, their producer, had a family from England. Where were they from? Penny Lane.
Really?
Just like the Beatles song. Anyway.
Did you start singing the song for him?
No, I'm sure people had worn them out by the time I got there. I wasn't going to add to them, but they were. There's a family of about 6. And a little girl, Doug Lynn. I know Doug forever. And was handing out these little cupcakes, and she was crushing. An American treat.
Did you get one?
No.
Okay.
Not a tasty cake from Philly, so I'm not invited.
All right.
1-2. Good at bat, huh? 2-2 here.
A couple of long at bats already here in this one. This will be the 8th pitch for Denorfia.
Bright sunshine. Boy, some clouds just moved. Look like it's just brighten up again. Gorgeous. Big spot here. 2-2, 2-1, and nobody out. Hit it hard down the line. That's a fair ball into the corner. Morales will score. Seager to third. He'll be held up there. Chris Denorfia, RBI double. That's a good at bat.
We heard Lloyd McClendon on the homestand at the start of the last homestand, which was a great homestand for the Mariners, saying that he felt that the offense was going to start picking things up, which they did on the homestand. They had a little bit of struggle here at the tail end of this road trip, but he felt that way because of the veterans that he has in his lineup now, and Chris is certainly one of them as he hits his breaking ball hard down the line. Again, a pinch hit, base hit in last night's game. Austin Jackson with a big double last night to drive in a couple of runs, and Indy Chavez, of course, already a base hit in this one, so he's reached base his last 5 times. All 4 times last night with a base hit and 3 walks, and then a base hit tonight as we take another look at Denorfia.
Chris picking up an RBI.
And the Mariners get their first hit with a runner in scoring position.
His first Mariner double and his second Mariner RBI. Indy a little late.
Timing a little bit off. Nobody out. Indy would like to pull the ball if he can. Pick that runner up, which is Kyle Seager at third, and move Denorfia up to third.
Nobody out here. Way out front. He was trying to pull it.
Trying to pull it.
Check in with Jen Mueller. Jen? Keep your computers batteried up. Keep all your phones and everything. Keep those scoreboards in front of you.
I think that extra wild card's a big hit.
Yeah.
Not just in Seattle, but across baseball.
The other way. Get down. It does. Seager scores. 3-2 ball game. Denorfia to third. RBI Chris Taylor, his 5th. Shit.
Just continue to apply pressure. Take a look at this swing by Taylor, hitting the ball the other way. Solid line drive. The Mariners now 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
As you know, in the alpha male world of Major League Baseball, you'll hear things occasionally. We apologize for that, but such is the reality of the game we play in life.
So good job by the Mariners.
Bottom of the order, huh?
Yeah, bottom of the order, taking care of some business. Started with the middle of the lineup. Morales with a base hit, Kyle with a base hit, then Denorfia doubles, and now Taylor with a hit.
Right back in this game at 3-2. Tying run at third, go ahead and run at first.
Sucre stepping to the plate. Got a base hit his first time, a base hit in the left field.
Sucre in his last 3 plate appearances, 4 plate appearances, has got 3 hits. Gets by. A tie ball game. How about that on the wild pitch? Gracias. As Denorfia scores. You called it.
There's a reason. There is a reason.
Oh, man.
And you just have to continue to hang in there. And things happening for the Mariners right here in the 4th inning. Take a look at this. The ball bounces right out in front of the plate. Ross not able to keep it in front of him, and a gift run for the Mariners. They'll take it and tie up the ball game.
Taylor takes off a splendid jump. It gets by the catcher. Here comes Chris, and now he slams on the brakes. Oh, man.
Not paying attention to him at all. A lot of times at second base, they'll leave it up to the runner. If he can get a great jump, go ahead and steal it, and he wasn't paying attention to him at all. He gets a walking lead, and if the pitcher doesn't stop, you just continue to go. Still drifting off. There he goes. Again, we saw it earlier in the game. I believe it was Ackley. Ackley, when in the first inning, had the same thing. He ended up getting 3 steps, stealing a base. He stole second.
2-0 to Sucre.
Infield in now for the Red Sox.
He's got a 3-ball count. Ready to get back to the top of the order in Austin Jackson. Oh, you will take this anytime. Time call. Strike one to Sucre. Fly ball, a base hit puts the Mariners in front. Two. Sucre looking for his second RBI. Mike Zunino, well-deserved day off. Sucre, base hit! Jesus Sucre with an RBI single. Mariners have a 4-3 lead, 1 inning.
There haven't been any cheap hits in this inning either. They are hitting the ball hard off of Workman.
Sucre 2 for 2.
Both hits to left field. And he picks up an RBI. The Mariners now with the lead.
1 out. What's that play? Tip of the cap to the bottom of the order, everybody. Man, oh man, 4 runs on 5 hits right now. Wild pitch helped.
Still just 1 out.
I bet.
Workman now at 77 pitches.
Breaking ball. 1-2. Jackson to ground out to short, ground out to third. Middlebrooks robbed him. Nice play in the 3rd inning. See the offense pick up Chris Young. Not as sharp as he has been. He's given up just 1 run in each of the first 3 innings. With a big pitch count, he's up to 68 pitches through 3. Now Chris has the lead. 1-2 to Jackson. kind of performance wonders for the mindset of a ball club.
Well, I think you can tell too. It's the quality of the at bats that they're having. Again, it's the veterans. I think for the most part, causing issues for the pitchers. Even when they don't get hits, they typically are making them work.
Jackson up the middle, another base hit for the Mariners. Austin Jackson checks in. First and second, one out. What an inning. Now time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag MarinersFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown later in the game. Brought to you by AT&T.
And the Red Sox bullpen starting to stir now. They're going to get somebody up, get loose.
Alex Wilson.
Workman right at 80 pitches, 57 strikes.
And he's about to face the 8th man of the inning. It's Dustin Ackley. Walk a stolen base in the first inning, line out the left in the third.
Mariners 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
First and second, one out. Big call by Angel Hernandez, strike one. One.
Let's see the Mariners hitting .265 with runners in scoring position on the year. 4 for 7 today.
1-1 count. Way out front, good pitch.
It took a lot. 74 miles an hour on that pitch. A lot off the curveball.
Well stroked, deep right field. Carey, gone. 3-run homer, Dustin Ackley. The Mariners are pouring it on here in Boston.
What an inning.
Woo! My goodness. Ackley with his 9th home run takes his RBI total of 53.
Well, they scored 5 runs in the 9th last night. And now they've scored 6 runs in this inning. And again, just 1 out as Dustin gets all over this. Keeps it fair inside the pesky pole down the right field line. Quick 3 RBIs and a nice lead for the Mariners. And that will be it for Workman.
8 men to the plate, 7 runs on 7 hits. And there's still only 1 out. Big explosion in Boston. Mariners lead at 7-3. Fourth inning, and Brandon Workman has been having a bad year, and today was a continuation.
Yeah, they did some real damage to his ERA. Only 3 1/3, 10 hits in 3 1/3, 7 runs. All of them earned 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He threw 84 pitches. Alex Wilson will take over. Only his 7th appearance on the year. He's pitched well so far. 1.69 ERA. Opponent's hitting .211. He has given up 1 home run. And he'll get the middle of the lineup. Cano and Morales do up.
1 out, 9th man to the plate. Here's Robinson Cano. Beneficiary of all this offensive explosiveness, Chris Young.
Well, he's had an opportunity to sit in the dugout for a while the Mariners have gone to work, so hopefully he can get things figured out. Chris giving up 3 runs, 1 run in each of the 3 innings that he has pitched so far.
Chris going for his 4th consecutive win. Pedroia throws out Cano. 2nd time he's done that. Derisive cheer from the Red Sox fans here. 2 away, and the 10th man coming to the plate, Kendrys Morales. Chris Young, run support today.
Well, he's appreciating it.
Justin Ackley, how about that, huh?
Had a big hit in the 9th inning last night. Drive in a couple of runs, and now the 3-run homer. 7 runs in the inning. Wow.
Morales for the 2nd time here in the 4th, 10th man up. Got it going with a base hit to right. There's the picket fence. The crooked number wins. Trump that. Waiting for it. Playing on the hop is Holt. But that was a big inning. The definition of a big inning. 7 runs on 7 hits. A wild pitch. Nobody left. Mariners 7-3 lead. Bottom of the 4th inning, and Chris Young, see if he can figure things out here. Not as sharp as he would like to be. Giving up 3 runs on 6 hits through the first 3 innings, but now a big lucky 7 posted in the 4th inning. David Ross to lead off for Boston, followed by Brock Holt, Dustin Pedroia. 9-1-2. Bunt, and Seager lets it go foul.
Good play. Bunt firmly. Kyle, one of the best at making that play, but decided to let it go foul. I think that was the right play. We'll take a look at it again. Here it is. Firm bunt down the line. Once it goes off the cut of the grass, let it go, especially when it's firm like that. It's been a tough play. I asked Kyle the other day, I was talking to him when we were in Philadelphia. He's really makes that play as well as anybody. Maybe not quite as well as Beltre, but he's right up there. And I asked him if he ever baits guys into trying to bunt on him, and he said yes. He goes, he will do that. He and Chris Woodward, the infield coach, have talked about it, and they'll try it. They can get an easy out. Why not?
Ross pulled something. He said something to Angel Hernandez and Sucre, and Angel buying him a few more seconds here.
Well, he's a veteran. Maybe just wanted to catch his breath.
That too. Angel, why don't you get that plate for me, please?
Yeah. Ross with a double his first time up.
0-2. Sox got their runs. Cespedes in the first inning, a sacrifice fly. Ross RBI double in the second inning, and the third a sac fly by Napa. And say goodbye to Ross. 1 away. Mariners return home this Monday at 7:10 to face the Rangers and continue their hunt for the postseason. What's more, fans can pick up select $10 view level seats as part of PECU Family Night. To enjoy the savings, log on to Mariners.com for tickets. First strikeout of the afternoon for Mr. Young. Top of the order. And here's Brock Holt. Single and a line out today. Line out to Cano. There's a veteran. Get a lead. Throw some strikes. Don't worry about being too fine.
And the other part about it, we were talking, when he was in the dugout, it was a long sit in the dugout for him as the Mariners continued to score runs. And I'm sure he was having conversations with Sucre and Rick Waits. Doesn't hurt to have a 4-run cushion either. A little more confidence in what you're doing. They figured it out. He's throwing strikes.
Working quickly, too. 2-2. Wade said during spring training he doesn't want to be good, he wants to be great. 12-6, a 3.07 ERA entering today. Strike 3 called, 2 down.
It's just a fastball, probably off the plate away, but he's able to get the call from Angel Hernandez. Brock Holt did not like the call.
Brings up Dustin Pedroia, having a good day, a double and a single. Good string on him. 1-2. Kind of like this inning by Chris. Very aggressive. Boys put up a 7. I got you back. Let me hang a 0.
Yeah. Get you right back in the dugout. Swing the bats again.
Pound for pound, does anybody swing harder than Pedroia?
Oh, I don't think so. He's amazing when you think about it. Swinging as hard as he swings, and he still makes contact. Consistently makes contact.
And his back's not killing him.
He's still a young man. He's all right.
Let's fly in a time machine. Man, oh man. He takes a hack. Generates some power. Good player. From the Mike Hargrove School, adjust those gloves between every pitch. Following a tradition set by Nomar here in Boston. Bounced up there, 1-2. Nomar Garcia Parra now on TV. Two outs, nobody on. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Good battle here. Eighth pitch coming up.
And 80 pitches for Chris so far in the game. 47 strikes.
Found a hole, base hit. 3 for 3 for Pedroia.
Take a look at the swing of Pedroia. He uses the entire field. This base hit. Dave mentioned his third hit of the ball game.
Brings up Ortiz. He's popped up to Cano and fouled out to Seager. Quick strikeout of David Ross, and then Holt long at bat for Pedroia, and now Ortiz here in the fourth inning.
Mariners will put the shift on. Kyle Seager on the right side of the infield. See Cano out on the right field grass. Morales holding the runner. And the Mariners put the shift on, and Cano goes out to the grass. He probably plays as deep as anybody, don't you think?
Especially for this guy, yeah, absolutely. A little too quick. 2-1. There's Cano at short right field. Good perspective from our DirecTV blimp. 2-1 pitch here to Ortiz. Good foul. Toronto now leads Tampa Bay 4-3, bottom 7 up at Rogers Center. Yankees 3-2 over the White Sox, bottom 6 in New York. And the Tampa game being played under protest. Joe Madden said that Toronto didn't appeal. It's appeal in the proper time frame. They did not execute a challenge properly, as a correct verbiage. Detroit still trails 9-4, bottom 5 in Minnesota.
Well, in this one here, it will be important for Chris to work his way through this inning, maybe get through the fifth. And by the time he gets through the fifth inning, the way this game is going right now, the shadows will be out over home plate. And I like the Mariners' chances with their bullpen and the power arms against the Red Sox trying to hit with those shadows, Dave. That'll be a big plus for the Mariners if they have the lead.
Good luck, huh?
Good luck is right.
3-2 to Ortiz. Pedroia at first. He takes off. Pitch. Foul.
This is just mounting on his pitch count right now for Ortiz. Be the 7th pitch coming up. Starting to get some action out in the bullpen, and it's Big Tom Wilhelmsen just starting to play catch out there. One of the things we know about Lloyd McClendon and the job that he has done this year is he'll give his starters every opportunity, but he will not hesitate and cost himself a game to pull them.
And a walk. Yeah, he would love to get Chris Young his 4th consecutive win. Chris gets off to a great start. 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. Now base hit on the walk. That is 4th walk.
And here comes Lloyd. I don't think he's going to make a change. Tom hasn't had enough time, but he's going out to deliver a message to Chris.
Pep talk. Go get him.
I think it's also maybe a situation with Chris and type of person and professional that he is, a guy that's been around for a long time. I think he was just honest with him too, letting him know this isn't going to go much further, so I would make some pitches right now if you want to stay out here.
Get him in 2 and through the 5th and make him eligible to get this W as well.
Well, he's at 88 pitches now.
Cespedes, a sacrifice fly. And a double took third on the bobble by center fielder Jackson. That was lead off in the 3rd. Cespedes is certainly an ooh and ah guy, no doubt about it. Big crowd reacting to that swing and a miss. Two on, 2 out, 0-1 pitch outside. Two and 1. Third inning double with Cespedes' first career hit. As Tom starting to crank it up a little bit more now. First career hit against Chris Young. 1 for 7. This badly there, 3 and 1. Didn't want to load him up for Mike Napoli. Did not want to do that.
And you can see all these pitches away from Cespedes. Doesn't want to make a mistake on the inner half of the plate.
Pitch here, 3-1. Almost hit him, and they are loaded. 5th walk.
And here comes Lloyd. He's going to make a change.
Chris could not get out of the 4th inning. Got up to a fabulous start with the 2 strikeouts, base hit, 2 walks, now in deep trouble. 7-3 Mariners. Root Sports being brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Buy Jack in a Box right now at Jack in a Box. Try Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. And by Seattle City Light. Visit seattle.gov/WePower for more information as you look. Mayflower 2. That's a replica of the vessel that arrived on these shores in 1620. Right now, Chris Young out of the ball game after 93 pitches.
That was a struggle for him. Right at the start of the game today, 3 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. He threw 93 pitches, 52 of them for strikes. And he is responsible for all of the base runners. Tom will take over, a 2.15 ERA. Opponents hitting just 170 against Tom. Good fastball, mid to upper 90s, curveball, changeup. Also throw a cutter.
Strike one to Napoli, who's walked and delivered a sacrifice fly. Sox have hit 3 Salamis this year. Johnny Gomes, Pedroia, and A.J. Przinsky. Gomes and Przinsky have since moved on. Napoli 1 for 3 against Wilhelmsen. One. Just joining us. Red Sox are running each of the first 3 innings. Red Sox saw the Mariners go nuts in the 4th inning. 7 runs on 7 hits, with 10 men coming to the plate. Top half of this inning. Beating with 97.
Both starters struggling today. Workman just 3 1/3, and Chris 3 2/3.
Big Tom at 1-2 here as you look at the Mariners' offense against Napoli. A power hitter if there ever was one.
You can also see those shadows getting closer to home.
Big pitch here at 1-2 in time's called.
There's a good look at the shadows right behind Sucre.
Tom set. 1-2 pitch to Napoli. Sucre, nice job. Keep it in front. Pedroia will hold it third.
Looks like the curveball. 12-6 curveball from Tom. It'll bounce out in front of the plate. Great job by Sucre. Hits him up high on his chest protector, but keeps it in front of him. Good anticipation throwing that curveball. Good chance it was going to be in the dirt.
What a spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the bases loaded. Pitch. Got him. Struck him out. Tom Wilhelmsen comes in, strikes out Napoli with the bases loaded. And the Mariners lead stays at 7-3. Moment for the Mariner bullpen. Big Tom with a K.
Good fastball, throws it right by Napoli after the curveball in the dirt. Just challenges him. You can see how late his swing is. And it will be up to the bullpen the rest of the way. But a big out for Tom.
Explosive 4th inning for the Mariners. 7 runs on 7 hits, 10 men to the plate. Alex Wilson continues on as Kyle Seager leads off here in the 5th. Seager, DeNorfia, and Chavez. Good day for Kyle. Something out on the warning track in right field. Nava will flip it back. Mister lost his ball.
Mom's going to put it in the purse for a while.
Do not want to incur the wrath of the rest of the fans down there. Hey, kid. Nava is right there. Get the latest update. Here's Jed Mueller. All right, Jen, thank you very much. Wild card chase, a lot of fun. Chris Norfield taking a strike.
Chris having a good afternoon, 1 for 2. Hit a double, scored a run, and drove in a run.
Scored on a wild pitch. Outside corner. Broken back ground ball. Holt just gets to Norfield, 2 away. Mariners return home. Begin a homestand, a brief homestand Monday night, Safeco Field. Rangers in town for 3, and then the Nationals will come in. Matt Williams, his first year as manager of that club. Washington starting today, a 6-game lead in the National League East over Atlanta. Ball 1 to Andy Chavez. Single to center and a strikeout. The other way down the line. That will get foul.
Look at it slicing down the line again. Not a lot of room between the line and the wall, but that looks like it is foul.
That young man
having a better day.
He's having a much better day. He's been fed, still at the ball game. His team's not winning. He had a chance. What was it? He was the one on the Pedroia double down the line. Stuck his glove out and then was distraught when he give it up.
I thought it made a good play.
It made a real nice play. Had it all the way. Just hooking line drive. Staying ready though. I like that.
That left-hander had to make a backhand play.
Paid attention. He was paying attention.
His sister's had enough. Taking a little nap.
Drive to center. Betts, though, makes the catch. And the Mariners are gone in the 5th inning. 1-2-3. They lead it here in Boston. Game 2, 7-3. the Mariners turned in the 4th inning. 7 runs on 7 hits, helped by a wild pitch, too. 10 men to the plate.
And capped by a 3-run home run for Dustin Ackley, his 9th home run of the year. Also a career high in RBIs. 53 RBIs for Dustin now. It's a career high.
Chris Young started the ball game, could not get out of the 4th inning. Tom Wilhelmsen came in, struck out Napoli with the bases loaded in the 4th inning as the shadows continue to creep up towards home plate. Daniel Nava, Will Middlebrooks, and Mookie Betts against Big Tom. Strike 1. Nava today has walked and grounded out to short. One. A little bit of a breeze, but not as much as it was last night when it was blowing pretty much straight in. Nava late there, 1-2.
And Tom's throwing hard this afternoon. That last fastball at 95. He'll be 95 to 98 miles an hour.
Two pitch. Popped it up. Cano taking charge. One out here in the Boston 5th. King Felix continues his reign of the mound. Coming up on Wednesday, in the Mariners take on Adrian Beltre and the Rangers. Special 12:40 start time. Spend the afternoon cheering on the Ace from the King's Court. Tickets for the Royal section include a t-shirt and a K card. They're available right now for $35 at Mariners.com/Felix. Will Middlebrooks, 1 for 2. So Gray making the catch off the foul tip. 0-2. Shoulder again. At this moment, he's not having a lot of fun.
No.
Angel Hernandez tried to flip a foul ball to some fans and they dropped it. Ball boy took it away. That's why I heard the boos. Angel, home plate umpire. There's a 1-2 pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes. Limp flying over. Did you see that?
That's tough.
Did you see that?
I did.
Oh, man. Thompson's delivery and the blimp went right across.
Middlebrooks does a good job fouling this pitch off because the shadow that the blimp put over the mound is tough.
Oh, man.
There
Look
it
at
is.
this.
That shadow comes through there.
Until that's the Red Sox blimp. Wow. I've never seen that before. That's where our blimp is. Looking from behind home plate, well behind home plate. up high. And as someone suggests, it's not a home blimp advantage. Didn't work out.
It is not. And another walk for the Mariners pitchers.
Wow.
First one for Tom, but 6 walks. That's something you want to see when you have a 4-run lead.
Boy, that's 6 walks.
Yep.
How about this? Only one has scored to this point. I talk about the shadows as it's really becoming a factor now.
Yeah, so it's it gets out, I guess, towards the grass a little bit more. Right now, it's still not too bad unless the blimp comes by again, but it's not too bad. Basically, what happens is when it gets about halfway from home to the mound, you can't see the spin of the ball. It just looks gray coming at you.
That's a distinct disadvantage.
It really is, especially with the power arms that the Mariners bullpen has, including Tom throwing hard. Topped out at 97 miles an hour.
Mookie Betts gone quickly. It's 2 down.
I think Tom a little angry with the walk because he came right back 3 fastballs and went right at him. That one was a cut fastball off the outside corner, 94 miles an hour. But yeah, it's tough. The ball just looks gray. You can't pick up the seams at all. Not a lot of fun.
There's David Ross. Chris Young struck him out on 3 pitches to start the 4th. Then struck out Holt. Then Chris ran into all kinds of trouble loading the bases. See Sucre telling.
Keep that shoulder in there.
Yep.
Don't fly open.
Little tip certainly helped on that pitch. 1-1.
Charlie Furbush getting loose in the pen.
And operated scoreboard out there. The green mind stick. Grizz and I went out there my first year here in 07, and Tito Francona saw us go in there. Unbeknownst to us, we start hearing this pounding. And he said phone goes off it from about 30 feet. But we're under attack or something. Jeez. Come out, he was laughing the entire time. This popped up over our heads. Mr. Ackley guarding the Green Monster. 3-run shot earlier in the ballgame, part of 7-run 4th inning. Tom's 2-2 here to David Ross.
For Dustin, he has a good chance to have a couple more at bats, but 1 for 2. He's been on base twice, stolen a base, hit his 9th home run of the year, and driven in 3. Pretty good start to your afternoon.
2-2 pitch. Got him. Sucre. And the out is complete. No need to throw down to first. And that's going to do it for the Red Sox in the 5th inning. Tom Wilhelmsen and the Mariners 7-3 lead. Aerial coverage provided by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Great having you with us on a nice breezy afternoon here in Boston. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Beautiful city of Boston, Mass. Hard by the interstate there. Not too far from the Charles River. That's Interstate 90, and 3,000 miles going to your left, going west is Safeco Field in Seattle.
Chris Taylor going to lead things off here in the top of the 6th inning. Chris 1 for 2, had a base hit, scored a run, and picked up an RBI.
If you're late joining us, boy, did you miss some fun in the 4th inning. 7 runs, 7 hits, 10 men to the plate by the Mariners. Dustin Ackley hit a 3-run homer. Denorfia had an RBI double, scored on a wild pitch. RBI by Taylor, Sucre. Man, oh man, it was good stuff. Taylor behind here, 0-2. Alex Wilson, the second pitcher used by Boston today. Starter Nick Workman. Run of bad luck continued. Came in with a 1-7 record, a 4.26 ERA. Chris called out on the strikes.
And he didn't like it. Thought the pitch was off the plate away, and it looked like it was.
First strikeout for Wilson. Take a look at our Geico. This date in history, our good buddy Ken Griffey Jr. becomes the 3rd player in Major League history to hit 200 home runs in a 4-season span, joining George Herman Babe Ruth and Mark McGwire. Babe Ruth, of course, began his career right here in Boston as an elite pitcher slash hitter, and then ended his career not too far from here at Braves Field, playing for the National League Boston Braves. Sucre 2 for 2 with an RBI. Part-time catcher. What a nice run. 2 hits in Philly in his last start.
And he had a chance his first at bat. He had a base hit. Kyle Seager at second base tried to drive him in with 2 outs, but Cespedes threw him out at the plate. So only 2 hits, but he's been clutch in both of those at bats.
What a throw that was.
It really was.
Oh my gosh. Could have been up the line about 5 feet and still would have had him. 14th assist for Cespedes. Leads the American League. Oh, 2 to Jesus. Check him out. 2 down. Out the order.
Yeah. Austin Jackson starting to swing the bat well. Had a big base hit last night, the double off the monster. 1 for 3 today. He scored a run.
Out of play. It's coming over in the trade. Mariners at 13-6 with Austin Jackson in the leadoff spot. Good look at Nickerson Field, campus of Boston University. The Boston Braves used to play. And Jackson is gone. Nice work by Wilson, striking out the side. Mariners lead 7-3. Lane being place of the Pilgrims in 1620. This from a journal. A lot of these historical facts from a journal by William Bradford, Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And there is the actual rock, Plymouth Rock. Showing the old Braves Field, now Plymouth Rock. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. Wrap up this road trip tomorrow and then come home for a week with a day off at home. 3 games with the Rangers and 3 with the Washington Nationals. That should be a lot of fun.
Some good work from Tom Wilhelmsen. Charlie Furbush is going to take over for the Mariners. Pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning. At the top of the lineup, Holt, Pedroia, and Ortiz do up. Danny Farquhar getting loose in the pen for Charlie this year. His 53rd appearance, a 3.82 ERA, 39 strikeouts, only 8 walks. Opponents hitting .263 against Charlie.
Charlie, pride of Portland, Maine. Ride right up the coast. It's going to mean a lot for him coming back to his home area. Top of the order, and Brock Holt. Holt today, 1 for 3, runs scored.
Went on the winter caravan with Charlie in our trip over to Eastern Washington.
Well, that was the one he was supposed to join me on the trip, and
the week before
he got snowed out.
He couldn't get out of his house.
That's right. I remember that. Yo, Chow, where are you? I can't get out of the house.
I can't get my car out of the garage. Much better weather for him.
I was glad he was able to finally make it.
He always does a great job on the caravan with the kids.
Of course, the star of bullpen banter with Rick Riz on the radio side.
2nd year.
Real dry sense of humor. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he is. He has fun. Pretty good left-hander too. Good job for the Mariners out of the bullpen.
Best part of that Fister trade. Very close.
Yeah. Oh, there you go with the shadows. See him creeping out over home plate. It'd be tough for the hitters on both sides. Mariners obviously with all the power arms, including Charlie. There's a good slider. Just can't pick it up.
So that's 3 consecutive strikeouts. Big Tom struck out the last 2 that he faced. Now Charlie gets a K. 1 away here in the 6th.
This is a sweeping slider from Charlie. And again, you can see him in the shadows, and you can see the ball. You just can't pick up the spin of it, so you're basically guessing up there. And Brock Holt guessed wrong on that pitch.
Oh boy, that's a really good appreciation from this lower angle.
Yeah.
Director Mark Engelbrecht and producer Curtis Wilson getting it done for us as usual with their fine crew. Here's Pedroia, 3 for 3. Minnesota 12, Detroit 4, bottom 7. Runs the Tigers have given up last night's game and 12 more here today. They have a night portion of this day-night doubleheader still to come. Two to Pedroia. Tampa Bay and Toronto now tied 4-4, bottom 9 at Toronto. Yankees 5, White Sox 3, bottom 8 in New York. And 1.
Sucre is taking a beating.
I was going to say, what part of his body has he not been hit on, poor guy?
Angel Hernandez, home plate umpire. Looks like that right on the point of his hip.
Angel buying him some time.
Right off the hip.
I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of Saturday afternoon baseball. I remember fondly as a kid. Didn't have as much of it as we'd like. Good stuff. 1-2 here. And Pedroia strikeout victim. 4 consecutive Red Sox struck out by Mariner bullpen work. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. David Ortiz, 0 for 2 with a walk. Popped up twice.
Mariners will put the shift on with Ortiz hitting. Kyle Seager on the right side of the infield.
Well, place 92 by Charlie. Year-old David Ortiz, total bases, home run, RBI leader for the Red Sox. Long look by Charlie. Ortiz starting today. Tied with Jose Abreu for the RBI lead in the American League with 93. 30 home runs, tied with Chris Carter for third in the home run chase. One. One pitch. Did not go. Check with Larry Vanover. Charlie Furbush coming over from Detroit July 30th, 2011. Ooh, jeez. Well, again, you're going to hear some language that you normally don't hear on TV, and that had to hurt like heck.
Right on the wrist or forearm with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Take a look again. It's tough to see, and you're going to be a little bit late. Ortiz trying to stay in there for the breaking ball, and that hit him, looked like on his left forearm.
Coming out.
And he's going to get Danny Farquhar.
Take a break. Mariners lead 7-3 here in the sixth. In Boston, we take a look at our Coors Light cold hard facts. And you have to go all the way back to May 1 of 2011. How nice was it to pick up that win?
They lost 9 in a row here at Fenway Park, and they ended up winning in dramatic fashion in ninth inning. Last night's ball game. Pretty good.
Danny Farquhar is the new pitcher for the Mariners. Their fourth this afternoon. Charlie Furbush, good start with strikeout of Holt, strikeout of Pedroia, 1-1 with Ortiz. He hits him. Ron McClendon wants the right-hander to face Cespedes now.
His 52nd appearance on the year, 2.68 ERA, 62 strikeouts to 16 walks. Opponents hitting 220 against Danny. Good fastball. He'll be around 95 miles an hour. Cutter at 90. Mixing a 12-6 curveball and a changeup to the left-handers.
Just joining us, you missed a huge 7-run fourth inning by the Mariners. They trailed 3-0 after 3. Sent 10 men to the plate, 7 runs on 7 hits. 2 outs with Ortiz at first. Had a chance to blow off some steam during that pitching change. And what do we got? Balk. Yep, balk called by Angel Hernandez. So Danny didn't come set long enough. This is with that pitch outside, so the balk has Ortiz down to second, 2 outs here in the 6th.
Good cutter on the outside corner.
The other way, deep down the right field line, and foul. 1-2. Cespedes with a first inning sacrifice fly, a third inning double. Took third on an error by Austin Jackson. Walked in the 4th. Also threw out Kyle Seager at the plate in the 2nd inning. Two and two.
Again, a little uncomfortable at the plate with the shadows. You try to hang in there, and you're going to move a little bit late. Fortunately, that one misses Cespedes. Ortiz at second base. He was put on by Charlie when he hit him in the forearm.
He's still trying to shake it off out at second base.
Just a tough time to hit right now.
Gets away. Ortiz eased to third. No bargain for the catcher either.
No, but he has a little bit of an advantage in that he knows what's coming up to the plate, whether it's a breaking ball, fastball, changeup. Hitter doesn't have any idea. Take a look at this last pitch. He just spikes a curveball. It's over in the other batter's box.
Wild pitch has Ortiz at third. Count at 3-2 here to Cespedes. Farquhar deals. Fly ball, right center field. Jackson has it all the way. Here he comes. Wow, did that thing sink on him just a little bit, but he hung with it. And that'll do it for the Sox in the 6th. They leave him in. Mariners have a 7-3 lead. Seattle City light power play. Let's go back to that huge 4th inning. How about Dustin Ackley? 3-run homer. Just blew it open with that shot right there.
Well, that capped the inning off for Dustin. His 9th home run of the year. 53 RBIs, now a career high for Dustin. Start of the game, he was hitting .310 since the All-Star break. It's really worked out well for the Mariners. And he was getting hot. Lloyd able to move him up and hit him at second in the lineup.
Fixture now. Ackley, Cano, and Morales 2, 3, 4. Might be a good idea to get a few more runs here. So we've often noted, and you have experienced live and in person, strange things happen here.
Well, they do. And Mariners scoring the 7 runs. That's the only inning that they've scored in. 7 runs in the 4th.
Once was a time they played World Series games during the day. And I always remembered this part of the game when the shadows would start creeping out. You might not be old enough to remember those days.
They didn't like him either, I'm going to guess.
I don't think so either. I just remember running home from school and you'd start seeing these shadows late afternoon.
Well, you can see them now. Now they're a real problem. That's when they're at its worst, when they get about halfway out to the mound.
Strike 2, full count. Today with a walk and a stolen base in the 1st, line out to left in the 3rd, a 3-run homer to right in the 4th. It's just to left field, backing up Cespedes into the corner. He makes the play. Let's get an update from Jen Mueller. All right, Jen, thank you. Here's Robinson Cano, strikeout 2 gun. He got hit.
I can see that one coming.
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
Yeah,
absolutely.
After Ortiz gets hit,
absolutely, and
they straighten up Cespedes, accident or not, they're going to protect their guy.
Absolutely. Right again. I don't think he's too distraught. I got hit on the butt, it appeared.
Well, Lloyd's not happy about it. Set up inside, went right at him. Yeah. I didn't know who was going to get it, either Cano or Morales, but one of them was going to get straightened up.
Great Larry Doby once told me sometimes you got to expect it.
It's a fact. You don't have to like it.
Well, you're not going to like it, yeah.
I guess the good news with all of it is at least he did it the right way. It was, below the waist, stay in that area.
Yeah.
Certainly don't want to hurt anybody.
Line drive, back safely is Cano. 2 outs.
Now I just hope that's the end of it.
Amen.
I'll take a look at Morales. Hits the ball hard, but it is right at Pedroia. Cano doing a good job of getting back quickly so that he wasn't doubled up.
Hard too. Here's Seager. 2 for 3 runs scored. They're trying to go 5-3 in this road trip, and a win would get them to 12 games beyond 500. First time this season, and the first time since dating back to the 07 season. Home service ground ball, Napoli. That'll do it for the Mariners. 7th inning stretch time here in Boston. The Mariners have a lead of 7-3. brought to you by Washington's Lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? So look at the statue of William Bradford, governor of the Plymouth Colony. Mariners lead 7-3. And bottom of the 7th here in Boston. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. Danny Farquhar continues here in the 7th. Came on to get the final out of the 6th inning. And he'll face Mike Napoli, Daniel Nava, and Will Middlebrooks, 5, 6, and 7. For the Red Sox, who've lost 6 in a row. Mariners have won 13 of 18. They're trying to get to a dozen games beyond 500. Mariners start today. A half-game lead. They have the second wild card position. Half-game lead over Detroit. It's a foul ball off the bat of Napoli. And Detroit in the first of a day-night doubleheader, top of the 9th in Minnesota. Minnesota leads 12-4. Twins won 20-6 last night. Napoli looks at strike 2. He's walked, delivered a sacrifice fly in the 3rd, struck out in the 4th with the bases loaded.
And that second strike, a perfect pitch. It was a cutter right on the outside corner at the knees. Napoli didn't like it. That was perfect.
Toronto and Tampa Bay, bottom 10 now, tied at 4-4 in Toronto. Way out front. Twins have 32 runs in almost 2 complete games. That's tied for the most runs by a team in any series. Third tied for third most. That is extraordinary as Napoli is gone. Farquhar with his first strikeout, 1 away. Here in the 7th inning. Catch a great weekend of baseball as Felix Robinson Cano and the Mariners take on the Nationals and their young stars Bryce Harper and Steven Strasburg in a rare interleague matchup at Safeco Field. 3-game series got to kick off next Friday. Get your tickets now. Mariners.com. 1 away for Daniel Nava, who's walked, grounded out, popped out. Foul. Sox got assessed with his first inning sacrifice fly, a double by David Ross in the 2nd inning, and a sacrifice fly by Napoli in the 3rd. They've been shut out since then. The Mariners, all their scoring in the 4th inning, 10 men to the plate, 7 runs on 7 hits. Big blow, a 3-run homer by Dustin Ackley. Strike 2 to Nava. Two.
Breeze starting to pick up a little bit.
Yes, indeed.
Last couple of days, blowing in.
Full count. Base hit through the hole. base runner here in the 7th.
Looks like a cut fastball, trying to get it in on his hands, ends up in the middle of the plate. And not able to stay on top of it, probably just above the belt.
Is that Will Middlebrooks? 1 for 2 with a walk today. It's the first Red Sox hit since the 4th inning. Sucre will sleep well tonight.
I'll say. A lot of pitches in the dirt. He's taking a few foul balls.
Seager to Cano. There's 1. There's 2. Around the horn they go. Sox are done in the 7th. Mariners 7-3. Here at Fenway Park. Robinson Cano hit by pitch. Look how he turns this double play. And the point Mike was laughing as we went to the break. Because?
Well, you know, it's one of those messages right back to you. I get it. It's hard-nosed baseball, but if you want to do that, better hit the ground a little bit early. I thought it was great, too. Kyle able to get the ball to him as you take a look at the numbers for Tazawa, but Kyle getting the ball to him early. And we've seen Robinson turn a million double plays this summer, and it's rare that he gets down that low, and I liked it. I thought here it was clean. There's nothing wrong with it. He actually tapped the runner on the back when the play was over with, but I think a message was still delivered.
Yeah, he did. He definitely dropped down a little bit lower. And boy, just the whip on that, it's unbelievable.
He has a great arm. We know that. I chuckled a little bit because I knew he was praying for that play.
There's Chris Denorfia to lead off for the Mariners in the 8th. 1 for 3 today, RBI double. Scored on a wild pitch in the 4th inning. A magical 4th inning. 7 runs on 7 hits, 10 men to the plate. Ichi Tazawa, new pitcher. Bouncing ball to Middlebrooks. It's playing all the way. Aerial coverage provided by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Good look at downtown Boston, the Prudential Center. That is a great commercial area. The Back Bay. like urban living. That is outstanding. To the left of your picture and to the right. Andy Chavez, 1 for 3. Some hesitation Tazawa has in his delivery.
A little double leg kick before he decides to deliver a pitch.
Mariners coming off a thrilling and stunning 5-3 win last night. 5 runs in the 9th inning. Indy's gone. Really did snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat last night. Ride with all your fans on Sound Transit and enjoy freedom from traffic and parking. Plan your next trip. Visit soundtransit.org. 2 away in the top in the 8th.
Chris Taylor will step in, 1 for 3. Has an RBI and scored a run. Medina getting loose in the pen. He will pitch the 8th inning for the Mariners. Nice job by Farquhar. Pitched well.
Minnesota game's gone final, 12-4 Minnesota. 12-4, no home runs hit in that game. Toronto just won its game 5-4 in 10. See what happens. The Joe Madden Tampa Bay protest. Inside corner for strikes is Angel Hernandez. Two outs, nobody on. 1-2 pitch. Way out front, Taylor.
Whoa.
Just got him.
David Napoli maybe was hurt on that.
Boy, that was crazy. So strikeout, 2-3. And that'll do it for the Mariners. In the 8th inning, we take a last look.
Ross looks like he takes his time. A little crow hop. Taylor can get down the line. There you go. Read the label on the ball, and then it goes back into the runner.
Just got him.
Wow.
That was close. Bottom 8 coming up. Mariners lead 7-3.
Bill, I think it's a great point, and I think one of the other things that Lloyd has done, and he's actually talked about the importance of his bullpen, and I can't remember a team that has had 8 guys in their pen for the length of time, and he just flat refuses to mess with that at all.
Mookie Betts to lead it off here in the 8th. See if Medina's sharper this time than we've seen him. And I'd say, what, 2 of his last 3 has been a little bit off?
Well, his last outing in Philadelphia, he certainly was. He was having a tough time throwing strikes. For Medina, his fastball will be 94 to 96 miles an hour, and he'll also use a hard slider. I don't think Lloyd has ever named him his 8th inning guy. He refused to put labels on anybody but Rodney. But he has pretty much done the job pitching in the 8th.
One pitch. 3-1. Saw Medina Tuesday. Mariners won 5-2.
Badenham, saw him pitching last night's ball game.
Medina in the 5-2 win on Tuesday. Infield hit, gave up an RBI double hitter batter. Lloyd came and got him.
It's another thing that he has been consistent with, and as Bill was just talking about the depth of his bullpen, he's not going to wait for you to figure it out.
We're up to Rick Riz territory. Of course, he's reaching out for it. Was it nuts? He and Aaron Goldsmith.
Aaron was pulling the dive move. You would appreciate that. Get out of the way. And there they are. Rick wanted to catch, and Aaron wanted. He acted like he wanted a piece of it. Kevin Kremen, of course, is safe way up in the bleacher seats back there.
That's well tagged. Ackley can get it right over his head. Mookie Betts lead-off double here in the 8th.
Joe Beinel starting to heat up in the pen. And this is hit on the button. Ackley barely had time to turn around as he lines it over his head in left field.
Mookie Betts, first hit today. 4th double of the season. Betts playing in his 19th game. David Ross, RBI double in the second. He struck out twice since then. Strike one from Medina. Go as he checked with Dick Carapazza, umpire at first. 1-1. Let's get up there. 2-1. He bets, and you get the blimp view of him at second base. See how the Mariners are playing David Ross. Swing. Strike two.
And looking out at the bullpen, it looks like Beimel is ready to go if Lloyd decides he wants to go to him. There's Joe.
2 balls, 2 strikes with Betts at second. Here in the 8th, Mariners lead 7-3. Got all their runs in the 4th inning. Red Sox got a run in each of the first 3 innings. Full count.
Another 3-2 count.
Sellout crowd, 36,905 here at Fenway Park.
Brock Holt waiting on deck, leadoff hitter for the Red Sox.
3-2. Did he go? He did. David Ross, strikeout victim. 1 away.
Well, Ross wants to go because he's going to argue with Vic Carapazza. We'll take a look at it.
John Farrell intercepts him. He wants a piece of him. Look at this.
Well, it's been a frustrating year for the Red Sox, and Ross not having a good year.
Man, he is really upset. John Farrell doing everything he can along with the rest of the umpiring crew. Wow. Letting him have his say, and then he's going to leave.
You get into the dog days of summer and you're having a poor year and your team is struggling. You see some reactions like this.
Ross 1 for 4. He struck out his last 3 times. Started the day at hitting a $194. Good job by John Farrell to get out there, the skipper. Gets his 2 cents in as well. Did you ever see him get run?
Yeah, it was when Farrell came out and intercepted him.
I didn't see the sign.
And he calmed down, and he was still talking, but wasn't yelling at him. And then he threw him out, and that's when Farrell reacted too. He wasn't happy about it.
1 out, 1 on. Top of the order, Brock Holt.
And as baseball works, Vic Carapazza will be behind the plate tomorrow, so see if Ross is in the lineup. If he is, I would suggest swing the bat.
Yeah. Sage advice. Festival here at Fenway Park. Oh, 2 strikes to Brock Holt. He struck out his last 2 times up. He's 1 for 4. First time David Ross has been ejected. One, 2. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Brock Holt. 2 away. Here in the 8th inning. Holt struck out 3 consecutive at bats now. Hey fans, follow every Mariners game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replays, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download from the App Store or visit Mariners.com today. Pedroia. 3 consecutive hits, then a strikeout in the 6th.
Kelly Johnson has come out on deck. He's going to hit for Ortiz. Ortiz was hit his last time up, hit on the forearm.
Big game tonight. Angels at Oakland. C.J. Wilson against John Lester. Gray keeps it in front of him. 1-1. Wind picking up here at Fenway Park. Has got it easy play. No runs, a hit, no errors, an ejection, and a man left. 8 in the books, and the Mariners lead 7-3. on Root Sports is being brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by your Northwest Buick dealers. Take a good look across the Charles River into Cambridge, Harvard, and MIT. Mariners trying to put the second of a 3-game set in the books. 7-3 lead. As Bert Badenhop is going to take over on the mound, and new catcher will be the man who started last night. Christian Vasquez takes over.
Good chance to see Badenhop last night. Good sinker and slider. And we'll take a look at his numbers. He's pitched well. 2.59 ERA, 33 strikeouts, 59 innings. Opponent's hitting 275. He's given up just 1 home run this year.
Strike 1 to Jesus Sucre. 9-1-2. Sucre, Jackson, and Ackley here in the top of the 9th. Backhanded by Middlebrooks. Throws over, long stretch by Napoli. Well, pretty typical of games played here at Fenway Park. We started back at 1:36. Tropicana Field, home of the longest average game time in the major leagues, and Fenway right behind them. Angel Stadium, Yankee Stadium, and in Philly. And then the shortest. Mariners just under 3, Kauffman Stadium, Toronto, San Diego, and San Francisco. I think Rob Manfred, the new commissioner-elect, will come up with any mandates to maybe try to speed up things.
I think he probably will. Maybe go right to the rule book and make the guys pay attention to that a little bit more. Rodney getting loose. It is a 4-run lead. It's not a save opportunity, but these games so important. Not surprised to see him up.
1-1, Austin Jackson. Pitch outside. Austin with a base hit back in the 4th inning. What a key inning that was. That was the inning for the Mariners. 7 runs on 7 hits, 10 men to the plate. 3-run homer by Ackley. That's a ball to Holt. 2 down.
There are rules in place, Dave. You just have to enforce them.
High strike. Let's start there, right? Consistent. Agree with that. And coming up this fall on Root Sports, it's the high school football game of the week presented by Papa Murphy's. Kick off the season on Friday, September 5th. It features the Capital Cougars versus the Tumwater Thunderbirds at 8:30. Don't miss your favorite local teams in action this season on Root Sports. I've heard that for years. Pitching coaches consistently call the high strike. That's a start.
Well, I think they've done a better job of that, but I think you can limit the amount of time in between pitches.
That's a good start. That's a good area to attack. Times have changed. I get that. No question about it.
Good changeup from Badenhop.
1-2 to Ackley.
Dustin 1 for 3 this afternoon. Hit his 9th home run, a 3-run homer. Gives him 53 RBIs on the year. That is a career high, is 53 RBIs.
Shadow situation getting even more interesting. Middlebrooks, solid third base today. Well, here we go. 7-3. Mariners in the lead. Back to the bottom of the 9th right after this. Phillies. He pitched the 8th inning. Got a couple of strikeouts. He'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the order of a pinch hitter here. Kelly Johnson for Ortiz. He was hit by a pitch back in the 6th.
Beimel and Rodney both up in the pen for the Mariners. Not much luck for Johnson pinch hitting, 0 for 9 on the year with 4 strikeouts.
Strike 1 from Medina. Out of front, 0-2. We talked about the effect of the shadows. It's been something. Mariners, no runs, no hits since the 4th inning. Red Sox haven't scored since the 3rd. They've only had 3 hits since then.
Well, and they'll be out there again tomorrow, same game time, so we'll have to deal with it again. Give you an idea how important it is to have a lead before the shadows get out there.
One-two pitch. Strike 3 call. One away here in the 9th. Coors Banquet and the Wildland Firefighter Foundation support the brave firefighters who protect us. A donation of 25 cents from each case of Coors Banquet purchased between now and August 31st will go to the Wildland Firefighter Foundation. Please help us protect our West and support our wildland firefighters. Yoenis Cespedes, the hitter. This is see Medina going right after people. Got a lead. No nibbling. Cespedes 1 for 7 with a home run against Medina.
Well, I'm sure as soon as Lloyd made the decision that he was going to send Medina back out there, he was in the dugout. Rick Waits probably had a good conversation with him. Mariners with a 4-run lead. No reason to get cute. And he has a good fastball today. He's been 95-96 with his fastball.
Throws a heavy ball, doesn't he?
He does. And then you see Beimel and Rodney.
Just in case. Ball and 2 strikes. He's feeling good today. There's no doubt about that. Talking about Medina.
Yeah. Well, he's throwing hard, and I like the fact that he's using his fastball. Sometimes he falls in love with his slider, but again, when you have a 4-run lead, you can throw 96 miles an hour, get after it.
Swing and a miss. 2 down.
After getting ahead with the fastball, then he uses the slider, throws it off the plate, gets him to chase it. And with the shadows, tough to pick it up.
12 strikeouts of the Red Sox today. Ball 1 to Mike Napoli, who struck out his last 2 times up. Later on, Detroit and Minnesota play the back end of their day-nighter. First game, all Minnesota, helping that Mariner cause. 12-4 Minnesota win at home against Detroit. One on one, the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Mariners 7-3. Pitch from Medina. It's that outside corner, strike away from putting it in the books. Here's what the wild card situation looks like up to the second here.
Mariners just keep taking care of your business.
2 out of 3, 2 out of 3,
That's
2 out of
it.
3.
That's it.
Ball 2 strikes. Medina's pitch to Napoli. Outside for ball 2. Ackley, big part of this victory here today. 3-run home run in the big 4th inning. Drove in 2 runs last night. Here's Medina with the 2-2 pitch to Napoli. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikes out the side. That's how the Mariners close it down here in the 9th. They've taken the series from the Red Sox. A resounding 7-3 victory here in Fenway Park. What a good one as they put up 7 runs, 7 hits, 10 men to the plate in the big 4th inning.
And again, the bullpen, the difference in this one. The bullpen pitched great today. Wilhelmsen, Furbush, Farquhar, and now Medina. Again,